legends, heroes, and poopy heads. Welcome to the Omni Flash channel, where Omni Flash will take gaming to the next level.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Omni Flash, and I am your guide to Perfect World Mobile. Today's video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to complete the hardest Mirage dungeons. Today we're doing floor 35 Mirage, and it sounds easy, but it still scares me because even though I'm a barb, I am a PvP barb. I'm sort of like a half DPS barb. And because I wear rank gear, my defense is pretty low because I don't have enough resources. I'm not spending 20k, I'm not spending 30k, I'm not spending 30k gold coins to rush my rank gear. So I'm just slowly moving. I'll link how to get the rank gear that I have. I'll link that video down below. But you see, I've made extra gear. So my rank gear is only level 119. I've made special gear like this pair of legs with 40% additional base stats. And even yellow Ascended 119 already has more stats than my low level rank gear. And then with 40% even more defense, that will give me enough defense to not blow up in Mirage 35. Especially this week, we got that modifier for Mirage. Every week, your Mirage gets 3 modifiers. One of the Mirage modifiers is when the boss is less than 40% HP. It does like 20% more damage. Or no, when it is below 20% HP, it does 40% more damage. I don't remember which one it is, but it is scary. So when the boss starts turning red, you just have to, if possible, I try to kite the boss. If the boss doesn't have a long range attack, and when they turn red, sometimes kiting the boss will reduce the amount of times that the boss will hit you. And I'll try to do that in just a little bit. So I actually have several pieces of gear. Oh, I just opened my chest. So I did open 2 of my chests, and I got about 2.5 million gold worth of stuff. I got essence scales, ancient skill scrolls. I got 2 elixirs. What I get? I get dispelling power and war soul. And those, I'm probably going to use those on my monkey. All right, so the first thing you shouldn't do what I just did. On a floor 35, don't rush in until your party is like, yeah, wait for your party. Also, make sure that you have tortoise on, especially if there's a group of mobs like that. And if you don't have tortoise, you don't have that extra defense if you don't have enough chi to get tortoise, that could be a problem. Make sure you have when you go in, make sure, especially on today's dungeon. Today's dungeon is this is HOH, Heaven and Hell. All right, Heaven and Hell, the last boss is a little tricky. He flies up and he does AoE damage, which you cannot block with regeneration. So if you're a cleric, you can't regenerate. It will knock you out of regeneration, knock you out of your blue bubble. So everyone will need chi pills. They don't need chi pills. They need Almighty Dews or Tranquilizer. Almighty Dews, if they're not too expensive, are probably a little better. But if you are new to Mirage, Mirages you can do 2 of them per week on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. You have to do both of those during Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Be sure to do the Mirage that is the hardest that you can complete. You only have 15 minutes, so make sure that you can complete it within 15 minutes, or you fail and you have to do it all over again. You can do 6 Mirages a day, so your friends will be able to help you do Mirage. If they finish it on Friday, you're able to help 3 other people complete 6 runs. It's every single day you can complete 6 runs. So your friends can help you complete it, and they'll be happy to, as long as you help them out. I think this is a very social part of Perfect World Mobile. If just ask your friends, see if they will help you out, and they get loyalty as well. All right, this is the first boss. This is Brahma. Brahma's first boss, there are these little quicksand traps. Whenever you see the quicksand trap thing come up, DPS will want to move away from the quicksand trap. You will be able to chi burst and run out of the quicksand trap. The tank will move towards the quicksand trap, aggro both Brahma and the boulder giant. As DPS, you will want to destroy the boulder giant as quickly as possible, since the boulder giant spawns these little sand guards. These little sand guards, they do damage. They do quite a bit of damage, but you don't want to attack the sand guards. Kill the boulder giant, the sand guards will despawn. Now this week's modifier is really bad for me, because when any of the monsters, including the boss, it's mostly because of the boss. If the boss does quite a bit of damage, and when he is less than 40% HP, he does 20% more damage. And because I'm still wearing my rank gear chest, I don't have any 40% additional stats, additional base stats. I don't have any purples that I can transfer to a yellow gear. So in order to do Mirage 35, you're going to have 2 sets of gears if you want to also do if you also want to have rank gear. And that's why I'm jumping around. If you jump around, you're going to get hit less. Now the monsters will actually have to run to you, because all of these monsters, the boulder giant, Brahma, they're all melee. So it's all right to jump a little bit farther. We do have 2 assassins, so I guess it may lower DPS just a little bit. But when the boss turns red, because of that modifier, jumping a little bit will save your life. I mean, just you'll give the cleric a little bit more time to heal you. Now, you will want to get that 40% extra base damage. Now, you can possibly find on purple gear 60%. So it'd be like 20% base stats, 20% base stats, 20% base stats. Those are very hard to find, but those are perfect. If you're able to find that on purple gear, then you will transfer that to yellow or orange gear. So I do have 40% base stats on my helmet and on my pants. I still need to find 40% for my armor, and I think that would make a big difference. Or you can get a goblin. So as a tank, you can get a goblin. Actually, most of the DPS, if for 435, you're most likely going to have to need DPS with goblins. So as DPS, a goblin pays for itself. Okay, so goblins may be kind of expensive on your server. I think they're worth 35 mil. They're higher than that now, but I think they're worth 35 mil, because if you get like 2 mil, 2.5 mil every week from Mirage, it will pay for itself, and a good goblin can be decent in PvP as well. Later on, you can have more than one pet for PvP, and a goblin will still be a nice defensive pet. Especially if a lot of people are attacking you, you will switch on your defensive pet. And when you are attacking, no one's attacking you, it doesn't make sense to use a goblin if no one's attacking you, right? It makes no sense to use a defensive pet if no one's attacking you. Then you can switch in a more offensive areola or monkey. All right, so yeah, DPS, you're gonna need goblin. Everyone on my team, Dirty has a goblin, Midu has a goblin, Athens has a goblin, and Babs. I don't think Babs has a goblin yet. Let's see. I don't remember Babs getting a goblin yet. Let's see what Babs is still sporting. Let me look. Babs has the Wyvern. So having one person on your team with a Wyvern is not bad for Mirage 35. That will make it so that when the boss is less than 15% HP, it'll just blow up. It'll take a lot more damage when one person on your team has a Wyvern, for Mirage 35. So that's not a bad deal. Babs will die a lot during Darkwing. So this last boss, Behemoth, will do Darkwing, and Darkwing does like 3 waves of attacks. It'll say Darkwing, and then you have about half a second to chi burst or use your tranquilizer pill to block all of those waves. He hits harder. His Darkwing attack hits harder each time. So maybe your first time you might have enough defense to just use HP pots through it, and then you would cycle through. You can use Chi Burst or Grace Fleet, and then the next time you will use your Chi pots. You will use your Tranquilizer or your Almighty Dew. Then you will cycle back and use your Chi Burst again to block that attack. All right, so like I said, Babs is dead. The reason everyone else aren't dead because they have Goblins. So yeah, Goblins are very, very much needed if you want to do floor 35. Now, if you don't want to do floor 35, you can do floor 31. So it is still possible that you may not need a Goblin. Okay, so it's just up to you. If your friends all want floor 35 and you don't have a Goblin, it feels a little bad. It's just, you can't run with your friends anymore. You have to run floor 31. But your friends can help you with floor 31. But you can still do high level content. You can still do floor 31 without Goblins. But if you're doing floor 35, all these attacks are so hard. It's just whenever it hits you, if you don't have the Goblin shield that completely blocks out all damage, you're pretty much gonna die. All right, so this boss is red now. Okay, he's down to 40% HP, and I can feel the pain. All right, so interesting enough, I feel the pain by his normal attacks, but his Darkwing did not actually hurt me. His normal attacks still hurt me. So I'm going to try jumping around, so he has to actually walk over to hurt me. All right, so he does do Devour. All right, let's talk about different mechanics of the last boss, Behemoth. Devour, he eats most likely a DPS. He normally does not eat the tank or the healer. And once you go in his belly, there will be 2 types of, there will be eroded souls and life souls. You go towards life souls, they will heal you. You attack the eroded souls. If you accidentally kill a life soul, it's bad. And you might die inside his stomach, okay? But if you kill some eroded souls and you walk towards the life souls, you'll make it out of the belly still alive. Alright, so that's another Darkwing. Our Behemoth is almost dead. Alright, so there's another thing. After Darkwing, you have to interrupt Bestial Blood. If you don't interrupt Bestial Blood, he will heal back up. And you will run out of time since you only have 15 minutes to complete this mission. Alright, so there we go. We won. Now, he did die faster when he had less than 15% HP. He just started dying really quickly. And that's great because, he does so much damage when he's enraged with that modifier for this week's Mirage. So having one Wyvern on your team is really nice. Really, really nice. So having a Wyvern is sort of like an alternative to a Goblin, as long as you are on point with your Chi Bursts and you buy tranquilizer pills and you know when to use them. All right, so I hope this video has helped you. If you have any questions on how to do these harder Mirages, on what type of gears you need, feel free to ask me and I'll be able to help you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.